Hello there, beautiful beings. How are you doing? RozyGlow here with a little energy update for you, where we're going to be looking at what it actually means to live as a divine human today. Because you know what? Things are changing all of the time. If you don't know me, what I do is I support people to live as their higher selves, to awaken their starseed consciousness, and to live on this earth as their divine human selves. If you like the sound of that, please do subscribe to the channel. Hit the notifications, you'll know every time I'm live. And if you want to throw a little like in as well, that would be amazing. Welcome those of you who are joining me. How are you today? Right, just give you the sequence of events. We're going to do a little cacao toast as everybody starts to come in. I've got some lovely ceremonial grade cacao that I'm going to be toasting here. So if you come and join me whenever you do, live or in replay, it's always nice to have some cacao with you. We're going to be then exploring the energies of this current time and what's been coming up for people since the last live stream. So since we did the abandonment meditation. Welcome, Augustine. Welcome, Vicky. And then we're going to be looking at how we can love up the parts of us that have been abandoned. So I've got a whole little order here of events to keep us on our toes. Energy update, what it means to be a divine human. So we're going to explore that and some of the key principles that will just help you to stay in alignment and really stay in your heart, because times are challenging right now. From there, I'm going to pull a few cards, and I'm going to share with you a really awesome exercise for loving up the parts of you that you discover you have self-abandoned. So if you haven't yet done the abandonment or the heartbreak meditations, co-creation meditations, I'm going to put the link below in the text box. Please do. You'll find they will lighten your heart so much and help you to really be here today. So Ashley, good to see you. Danny, lovely to see you too. Now, another little announcement before I go into the cacao toast is I am going to revert to doing new moon and full moon co-creations here. I'm going to be supporting my existing tribe who are already members of RozyGlow, who have gone through and done some more coaching work with me, and maybe one of my membership people to go a little deeper in their work. So if you are wanting more than these co-creations, if you're ready to go deeper, you're actually ready to see that these just deal with the tip of the iceberg, there's so much more underneath, then please do get in touch and I'll let you know about my awesome programs. There's a great course called Fearless, Empowered and Free to Be Me, which really allows you to awaken to your divine human self and teaches you how to live on this earth in this way. So then we're doing refinements with these co-creation meditations with the new moon and full moon. So it will be the Friday closest to the new moon and full moon. Just bear that in mind, and I'll see you twice a month. Now let's do a little cacao toast. So you can bring up to your heart your cacao. Just take a moment to close your eyes. Welcome your breath as the source of all that is and the magic in your life. Allow your breath to center into your heart, and then as you breathe out, send it down your body, down through your tailbone, through whatever you're sitting on, all the way into the earth, as though you're spreading love around the earth. Just breathe in again. All the energy of the cosmos that is all around you into your heart, and send it down through your body into the earth. That's it. And now centering again on your heart. Take a moment to draw a circle in the air in front of you. And go the other way. This is a symbolic sphere to represent the sphere of compassion that's always surrounding us. And then draw your nose down and up. And these physical moves are symbolic. They're divine architecture that awaken our light bodies. So the down and up connects us to Source and Gaia. And bring your awareness to your heart again. And if you want to bring one hand to the center of your chest, smell the lovely cacao with your other hand, or just know that it's coming your way through all of us who are drinking from this beautiful magic bean, the cacao diva, her spirit, her essence. Draw a smile across your heart. It's like a beaming, glowing sunbeam. You can release your hand now and just allow that light and that love to shine out from your heart, down through your body and up through the crown of your head. So this energy that is Source is flowing from you first and foremost. Cacao Diva, we call you in to support us to recognize the magic that we are through you. To gift us the power of revelation that allows us to see where we are blocking our own flow and where we most need to go next in order to allow for what we want in our life to come to us with grace and ease. Show us what it feels like to really trust. To trust in source, in our universe, in our planet, and in our own consciousness, our own inner wisdom. To walk this earth in love. To be met with love. And to have the power to transmute whatever isn't love. Without it destroying us, without it bringing us down. That's how powerful we are. Show us through what we do today, how we can access this. Thank you. And as we liberate ourselves, may those around us be liberated. May we all be united. So you can bow your head to your lovely heart, just send a beam of golden love light around the planet and then into her heart, like a bullseye. And then bring it all the way back up through your body. Open your eyes, come back. Hello, welcome. Okay, so a couple of things. In all honesty, personally, I've been on the edge a bit recently. There's a lot going on the planet, and there's a lot going on personally. I'm getting married next month. There's changes going on in my business. There's massive, beautiful, expansive things happening, but this is relating to what's been going on with the planets, because we've had Mercury Retrograde that went direct last week. I think it was on the 12th. But we've been in this 2-week post-retrograde phase, which Mercury, as you know, is all about communication. It's all about contracts. It's all about details, meetings, you know, getting things done. And when it's retrograde, we get to review what we have created and see whether we want to create something different. So structures in a business, for example, new contracts, looking at the details. Now we're in a place where we're kind of dealing with the aftermath and just finishing everything off, but it can really feel frustrating. And there is this concept. So the new moon energy is feeling really expansive. The new moon energy that we've had in Cancer, we've had 2 new moons in Cancer. This has been all about just being able to see this new divine human self that we are, and I'll talk a bit more about in a moment. But there is also this sense of restriction. There's been a lot of planets retrograde. Saturn's been having its own influence as well. So it's like we can see the bigger picture. We can see where we want to go. But the tunnel to get there is basically feeling like frustration and overwhelm. And it's almost like the process of being in a cocoon, changing from one state, caterpillar, to butterfly, and the destruction of all that has to be destroyed in order to give birth to new life. So we're in that cocoon. It is a tunnel. At times, birth does feel overwhelming and frustrating, and we are constantly in a cycle of death and rebirth. So at the moment, we're getting ready again to birth a deeper level of our divine human selves. And what can't come with us is what has been with us all this time and felt like it's constantly holding us back. So one of the key things about divine humans is they recognize the story doesn't matter. The story is just a shop front. It's a veneer. What matters is the emotions that are getting triggered, the thought forms that are getting triggered, the feelings, which are subjective, that are getting triggered in you. Those are the things for you to work with, to love up. And I'm going to show you how to do that with an exercise as we move towards the end of this video, okay? And this is about loving the unloved parts of yourself. So the bits of you that feel things that are challenging, that you don't really want to feel. This is so important. It's the most important work a divine human can do, because then we are in our centered state. Then we are in a position where we can truly be helpful to others, rather than trying to meet our unmet needs through meeting the needs of others, okay? We've got to meet our own first, know what's going on, then we know what our wounds are, we know what our sensitivities are, and we can be there. So that's very, very important. The next new moon is going to be in Leo. And so next new moon's in Leo. The full moon that's coming will be in Aquarius. So we've actually got Aquarian full moon before the Leo new moon. And the Leo new moon comes in towards the end of the month, which is unusual. So what I'm saying here is that if you are dealing with heartbreak and abandonment, which is what we've been doing the last few weeks, and we realize that it's us that abandon ourselves. The biggest wounds we have is where we have abandoned, betrayed, and rejected ourselves because we didn't feel these parts of us were worthy of love. Then the cleanup job at the moment, from now to the full moon, is to claim those unloved parts of ourselves and to let go of the fear of trusting. This has been something that's been coming up a lot, okay? And when I talk about trusting, it's trusting another. It's trusting someone with something that's precious to you. It's trusting to love again. It's trusting to reach out and be met. It's also trusting that life isn't going to shaft you, okay? Because if you've been through a lot, if you have had tough things happen and you've been hopeful again and again, it feels like you've just been knocked down again and again, you've got to remember this is your programming. Just because it's the way it was before doesn't mean it's the way it is now. And this is where we learn the lessons. Discernment is so essential as a divine human. What is it this situation taught me? And what do I promise myself I am going to respect in myself as a boundary so this doesn't happen again, right? But there are always going to be times when we take a risk. And that risk is what love is. We dare to open ourselves to something more than we know, to something bigger. And so if we are aligning with the divine in us, if we are doing the deep inner work, then we must trust that everything that comes is necessary along the way. If you've got to deal with another betrayal wound, another abandonment wound, another rejection wound, that's okay. It will teach you something deeply, but you don't need to go about expecting it if you have done the deep inner work. Reminder, this isn't the deep inner work. This is an introduction to the deep inner work. If you want to do the deep inner work, then you need to work with someone who's done it, hello, and let them walk you through the process. This is why I'm saying this is a taster, but we can definitely top up. And those of you who are here who have done the work, remember you're refining. And this is about blind spot discovery, and it's about learning how your ego gets more and more clever at trying to keep you where you're used to being. It tells you all sorts of stories, which when you take that step back and step up, you're going to be in a wonderful position to go, oh, there it goes again. That old story got triggered by this, but is this true? Is this true about me? And this is why I asked the question in the text, who are you if you are not your pain? Who are you? I'm generally really excited, like I'm an excitable person. I can be very trusting. I can be quite naive at times. You know, who are you? There's an innocence about you if you are not your pain. Your pain creates armor, and it makes you try to second guess the whole time what's going to happen next so that you can protect yourself. But all that is, again, is a program that is expecting pain. So allowing ourselves to be innocent, allowing ourselves to remember what it's like to actually just be pure of heart and to expect things to be simple, graceful and easy. And when they're not, to know there is a deep lesson. This is a very valuable tool as a divine human to keep in mind. So make some notes, folks. This is probably one to watch again to pick up the details because there's a lot here. Okay, so I've got a few more things in here. I just want to stick to what we were going to do. Keep drinking your cacao. So next full moon in Aquarius, Aquarians and Leos, the opposite that they are. I'm a Leo. Leos are all about the big me. It's all about the personal, the individual, the big I am. And I don't mean that in an egocentric way. I just mean, yeah, I'm here, delight. Whereas the Aquarian energy is much more about the collective, right? So we're talking about building collective trust now through owning our individual truth. This is the journey that we're on at the moment. We want to trust in our governments. We want to trust the world around us. We want to trust in our public health systems. But we've got to first of all be able to access in us what our truth is and what is the world that we want to create. I invite you to head to RozyGlow Facebook. I shared a video today about how the world is basically one big hallucination. And this is what we're seeing through neuroscience at the moment. And this is why being a co-creator of your reality is so powerful. The more people subscribe to the belief that we can co-create our reality and therefore things can change drastically, guess what? The more things actually change. So you just need to gather with people around you that hold the same intentions as you, because this builds the power of intention. And whatever intention you have, the key is to keep it in the present tense and to keep it believable for you, okay? If you have an intention to be like a multimillionaire and you say, I am a multimillionaire, you know you're not a multimillionaire, then it kind of negates it because you go, I don't believe that. But if you say, I am expanding into becoming a multimillionaire, that allows this idea that it's possible. But you might want to start with, I am expanding my consciousness. I am a millionaire consciousness, and see what happens there. So you build it in bridges, right? You build it from one step to the next, because if you need to take a leap, there's so much you can jump. But if it's far too far, you just don't believe it's possible. And so you give up before you even try. So be aware of your reactions and responses to whatever intentions you have, because the deep inner work is to clear those, all right? These are all divine human secrets. Okay, so in our preparation for the full moon in Aquarius, we're basically going to be seeing how much trust we have both in ourselves and in the collective. And where we don't have trust, we need to ask the question, what would I like this to be like? How would I like this situation to work out? And this is how we start to pave the way and build a bridge into this new reality. We are all creating it, remember that. Okay, so now we move on. Key things that are going to really help you to not have, how do I put this? Key things to help you live as a divine human. Key point 1, unreasonable expectations of yourself. Okay, you are not here to live as a divine human in a super high vibe all the time. You're going to have all sorts of emotions that are your emotional landscape. The sun's always shining, but the clouds, the rain, the wind, the hail, they all come down. They're all a different cosmic climate that you learn through. Okay, so it's really important to drop the expectation. It's really important to be kind to yourself and to realize you are allowed to be imperfect. In fact, you are perfectly imperfect, and embrace that, because this is what ties into last week's energy update about Chiron and the wounded healer. He is the wounded healer that goes backwards, so he's gone retrograde. Now, Chiron represents this phenomenal healer that was able to heal others through the fact that he himself was abandoned and went through terrible hardship as a child, but through growing through that hardship rather than stepping into victim consciousness, he was able to then be a really helpful teacher to others and to help them heal their own wounds too, because of his own journey. Now, one of the key things for all of us who are involved in helping reshape the world into the paradise planet that we're creating is that we're all imperfect and we all have blind spots. So there will be things in you that you just don't seem to be able to heal yourself, and you will need to be able to get support with those things when you want to. That doesn't stop you being a master in other areas of your life. So please do not compromise your beliefs about yourself. Remember that you're not meant to be perfect everywhere. You're just here to teach certain things and learn other things. And if you hold that in your heart, it's going to really help you to keep humility and integrity in everything you do. We're learning our whole lives. We don't or ever just get there, right? So we're going through a spiral, not a circle, remember. Where do we go from here? Resisting lower frequency energy. So peacocks, right? Peacocks transmute the venom of poisonous snakes, and they're said to be able to make these absolutely beautiful, beautiful colours that are their feathers. Now, this is what it means when you're dealing with lower frequencies around you. If you are working your divine architecture, if you are working your I am presence, if you are calling in your higher self and you've done the deep clearing necessary to maintain your vibrational alignment, when you have lower frequency around you, rather than resisting it, all you need to do is absorb it and transmute it, okay? So when there's stuff around, rather than getting pissed off that there's stuff around, your work is to be able to center, ground, align, pull in that energy, send it into a sphere, as we're going to do in a minute, love it up and transmute it. If all of us were doing that, can you imagine how quickly the oceans, the pollution in the air, everything would be cleared, right? It's phenomenal. So give it a chance. It's really, really powerful not to resist the lower energy. But you have to have got into your I am presence first. Warning, I repeat this, you have to have got into your I am presence first. You have to know how to anchor your energy to the crystalline grid, and also how to transmute energy, which is something that I do in my coaching programs, and I'm happy to teach you. But you have got to go through a process of clearing the cloud, the past first. What you do with your present consciousness is another matter. But if you've got a whole load of lead weights holding you back behind, it's really difficult to deal with more toxicity. So don't go there. Leave it alone. Just move away from it. Okay? Very important. Move away, but don't resist. Right. We are co-creating our reality. We invite others to hallucinate a new reality with us. Okay? This is really, again, very important. So all you're doing is subscribing for yourself to whatever you want to believe in. So here's my channel. It's all about aligning with grace, the power of revelation that allows you to let go easily of what no longer serves you. If you like the sound of that, you subscribe, right? Just like you subscribe to other channels that you like what they stand for. So this is about you subscribing, opting in, not just having a generic opt-in to everything. You've got to decide what you are aligning with in your reality and focus your energy there, because birds of a feather flock together. So look at who your friends are. Look at whether they bring you up or they bring you down. Look at what you need in order to feel supported, to thrive. And don't be frightened to let things go. Trust that as you do, the space is created for more to come in. I know that's hard, okay? I know that is hard, and it brings up challenging emotions. Again, your job is to love them up. And that's basically it. That's what I really wanted to say about living as a divine human. Focus on the feeling, not the story, whenever you're being triggered. That will really, really help you, because what's going on in the world, even with these masks, whether it's good to wear them or not, I'm not going to pass judgment. I put one on, I feel like I'm being muzzled. So that's my feeling to deal with. Whether that's what's going on the outside or not doesn't matter. I feel like I'm being muzzled. So that is my feeling to deal with. Exactly the same as for you, whatever comes up for you. You may feel it's a great protective force and it makes you feel safe. So I need to deal with my projections. I love them up, and then I can see more clearly and I can practice discernment. All of us have choice. Remember that. It's how we perceive things that is our choice, even if we can't change external circumstances. That makes you a powerful co-creator, by the way. And I've said about perfectly imperfect, we've said that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move into a couple of cards, and then I'm going to take you through the exercise that I want to share with you for loving the unloved parts of you. So if anyone's got any comments, please share how you're finding the information. And remember that if you want to know more about the divine architecture, there are a couple of my videos. You can just search for them. I'll try and put them in here as well, about divine architecture activation, because this links very much to my multidimensional yoga that I teach online. And it's about awakening your light body, but doing it in such a way that it's not going to make you mad, okay? Because many of us have a lot of energy in our heads, and you want to ground that energy, and you want to make it work for you, not against you. So let's see what's here for our collective in healing the wounds of abandonment and heartache, in living as divine humans at this point on this planet, this time. Ooh, interesting. So they've all come out. Okay, so 3 green cards, 1 black. First one, the magic faraway tree. So we could say this is the heart of the matter. It is using the power of your imagination, learning to believe in magic, believe in things being different, and connecting with the part of you, your higher self, who already is where you want to be. That's really, really important, okay? Connect with your higher self that is already on the timeline that you want to be on. You call them to you. The block is 4D consciousness. It's moving through the hallucinations, the collective hallucinations. So very often we can get stuck in a plant medicine. You know, you can get stuck with anything, right? You can get stuck with a way of journeying through your blocks that you think is serving you, but actually it isn't. So when I say it isn't, there's a fast route and there's a slow route. So how quickly do you want to get where you want to get to? That will determine then what tools and teachers are available to you. The high price comes with the quick results, right? So if you're doing things and you're doing them and you're doing them, they're not really getting you where you want to get to. It can be really helpful for you just to acknowledge that and then ask for the teacher that can help you to get where you want to get to in the fastest time to step forward. You need to be ready to meet them, because there's a lot of illusion and delusion in our awakening, and there's a lot of still spiritual bypassing, passing the buck on to others to be responsible for our happiness, concepts to be responsible for our happiness. We're just here to do the cleanup job of what emotions get triggered. This way we seek the divine at all times, and we move out of the idea that someone else's dogma, someone else's philosophy, someone else's religion is your path to take. You are here to awaken your own path. Remember that. Okay, the here and now. Our inner magic man. This is phenomenal. Inner magic man is basically all about just saying what you want and not worrying about how it's actually going to come. Okay, say what you want, state it inside. Magic man, I want more time to myself right now. I want to release the feeling of frustration and overwhelm. I want to bring in more money right now, or I want a new client, or I want a new relationship to come in that really serves me. I want a new house. Just call it in. Call it in. And don't worry about how it's going to get here. Just ask for what you want. You've got to ask for it first. And then the final card is always, what are you going to feed, the voice of doubt or the voice of fear? Here in this card, you can barely see, the voice of doubt or the voice of love. You can barely see the love, right? It's right here. It's just this pure pillar of light. It's actually an angel. There you go. See? But it's much easier to see this. In the world today, this is what people see. But we are the divine child. We shine our light, and through that, we can access the light within and embrace the darkness. We're never one and not the other. You know that is there. You know there is a propensity to think a certain way or to expect certain results, but you decide to feed the light. That is your choice, okay? So I'll leave that there, and then I'm going to take us into a little co-creation. See what we got here. So nice. I'm glad you're enjoying that. Actually saying, tied up well, nice to know I'm in flow, not breaking down. Realize that I've been undoing the human condition like an old blanket being unthreaded, but it takes time, so it can get lost in the covers again. Absolutely. Like, you know, every time you go through the fog, remember you're going through an upgrade. Okay. I know that people who are interested in awakening and living as their divine selves have this unreasonable expectation that it's all just rainbows and unicorns, and it isn't. We just end up, as we ascend, we learn constantly to tap into that higher flow and to learn when our human self is struggling with where we're at, because it's one thing to be our soul light, it's another thing to be this physical being. My physical being needs to spend less time dealing with details right now. There's a lot going on, right? So it's like, okay, I need to give myself some time off. What makes me feel less overwhelmed? Let me process the overwhelm. But then what do I need to do and put in as a boundary right now that's going to help me to feel as though I can move through this? That's one element. The other thing is to look at it differently. So to go, instead of, oh, everything feels terrible, 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 it's like, oh, look how well you're doing through these challenging times. There's so much going on for you. This is like a friend conversation with yourself. So your higher self is saying, you're doing really well. There's a lot going on. Yeah, you've taken on a lot right now, but you're going somewhere amazing, aren't you? You know, the work that you're putting in now is for something that you know is going to really liberate you. It just takes time and patience and brick after brick. And, you know, part of the process I'm learning is, as my old world is inside the new world that's being built right now, is there's a lot of banging and there's a lot of knocking and there's a lot of moving things in and out, right? And what this is about is trusting that sometimes the process really is uncomfortable. Even as a divine human, it's uncomfortable, but it's just discomfort. Just like if you stay in a yoga posture for long enough, it becomes uncomfortable, but it's just discomfort. You move through that discomfort, you get to a deeper layer of freedom. Otherwise, you hunch up, you push away, you resist, and then again, what you've done is created a wall around you. So we move through every wall, the cell wall, yeah, the sphere of compassion, you move through your wall. This is your comfort zone. So we bust through that comfort zone. Every time we've got to go out through it. And it's like we just create a bigger comfort zone. But that process is uncomfortable. Then you create a bigger space to be in. So you're going from a pond to an ocean, but you go through from a pond, maybe to a bigger pond and a lake. And then maybe you go through a river into an ocean. So enjoy the journey is what I'm saying. All right, let's do this. So what I was going to offer you today, and again, I'm asking you, who are you without your pain? Who are you if you're not your pain? I'm excited, you know, I'm buzzy, I'm whoever you are, I'm peaceful, I'm trusting, I'm relaxed, I can let things go. What is your truth? Like, it's really important to know that. What we're going to do now is the Ho'oponopono. We're going to work the Ho'oponopono in a way that you're using a sphere of compassion to work with love, the bits of you that you have abandoned and maybe didn't even realize you had abandoned. So I'm going to take you through it, hopefully really short. Try and record it as well on my phone so that we've got it. And then you will know what you need to do as unpleasant things come up. So let's get the record on. I hope you love my very show up as it is approach. Okay, so rubbing your hands together. So you've got a little angel here. Rubbing your hands together. Having a little shake. Hey, Vicky. Wow, beautiful, beautiful, Vicky. So stretch up, stretch down. What are you doing with this? You're just changing the energy around you. Yeah. And you know what? When I am feeling out of sorts, what actually gets me back in flow is doing my teaching work, is doing my coaching work, is stepping into where I am powerful. It helps me to look again at where I feel powerless and have a different perspective, and I can come back in and love myself in those places that I've been struggling in. So this is real, okay? This is how we navigate back into center all of the time. It's fine tuning like a guitar, like you have to tune it, right? We tune ourselves. Have a shake. Bring your hands to your heart, close your eyes. So just setting out I am intentions, awakening our higher selves. I am all that is. Please repeat after me. I am the one self I am. I am that I am. I am the source of my creations. I am the creator of my reality. I am a multi-dimensional being of love and light. I am sovereign. I am free. I am co-creating my personal paradise with grace and with ease, in alignment with the win-win-win in everything and the highest good of all. I am my divine human self. I am aligned with the Ascension Paradise timeline. I am surrendering my ego programming to my soul's truth, to divine will. I am commanding an axiotonal alignment with my divine design timeline. I am willing to trust. I am willing to love. I am willing to be loved. I am willing to be trusted. I am claiming myself wholly and completely. I am that I am. You can release your hands down now. I just want you to remember again, you have a beautiful, huge sphere of compassion around you. And this sphere is as big as you want it to be, so make it as big as it feels good to you. And remember, the walls of the sphere are made of trillions of little spheres all spinning on their own axis. This is you, your virtual reality, your hallucination, your reality bubble. So we get to create a reality where there is utmost compassion for ourselves and the world, hence the sphere of compassion. Now, just call back to yourself now, into this sphere. Ooh, I can feel the emotions coming. All of the parts of you that you have abandoned, rejected, or betrayed because you didn't feel they were acceptable, allowed to exist, good enough, what other people want. Just let yourself call all these parts of you in. I want you just to imagine that you're flowing divine infinite love through your body into the earth. So there's this overflow, as we did at the start with the cacao, this beautiful bright light emanating from your heart that's also coming down from above, and it's coming down through the planet, around the planet, and back up through you and out through your head like a fountain. So this is a toroidal flow, both directions, up and down, cleansing, purifying, restoring. And as we're bringing this divine infinite love in, it's a magnet for all of these unloved parts of us coming back through our sphere to reveal themselves to us. And now create a replica sphere in front of your face. And just allow them all to go into that sphere. So the parts of you that are too noisy, too loud, too needy, the parts of you that shout when they're frustrated, the parts of you that have hurt other people because you were in pain yourself, the you that has lied, the you that has stolen, the you that has done the betraying of others' hearts and truths, the you that was so sad you couldn't stop crying, the you that doesn't have a solution, doesn't know what to do, the you that's fed up, that's frustrated, that's overwhelmed, that judges, despairs, can't get off the floor. I'm giving you ideas. The you that seems firmly stuck in poverty consciousness. The you that can't let go of the struggle. Just has to struggle. That's what makes life worthwhile, struggle. Every part of us, I am commanding on behalf of me and the collective, that every unloved part of each and every one of us is brought back into the sphere of compassion and is released as an unloved part from our cellular, molecular, atomic and subatomic memory, from the waves and particles of our quantum field and photon stream, from our physical, etheric, emotional, mental and astral bodies in all dimensions or space and time. So every part of us that is a little bit of darkness inside of us we haven't given love to, I am commanding you now into the sphere. It's time you get your love. And every part of us that we have sent out to different parts of our universe, the multiverse, our galaxy, our planet, calling all parts of our soul and our human condition back into the sphere in front. See that sphere swell. See all those bits of you that you just want to go, oh God, really? Is that me? Just see them all in there. Remember, you are your higher self. And now the heart is bursting. Just let that divine infinite love go into that sphere and start to love everyone in there. And I want you just to repeat this after me. I love you. Parts of me that I have betrayed, I have rejected, I have abandoned. I'm so sorry that I have done this to you, that I pushed you away because I didn't know how to love you, that I didn't know how to be with you. I didn't know how to deal with the discomfort of you being a part of me. Please forgive me for leaving you out in the cold. Please forgive me for leaving you in the dark. Please forgive me for making you feel that you don't deserve love and acceptance and approval. Thank you for coming back, even though I betrayed or rejected or abandoned you. Thank you for coming back. I'm just offering you love. Just let from your heart this super, super strong beam of bright, clear, infinite love light flowing through, and also we're getting the diamond flame coming through. So this is a bright white light that is full of diamonds. It's just full of shimmering diamonds. It's like a diamond shower. So you can claim it by saying, I am the diamond flame, I am the diamond flame, I am the diamond flame. Just let this move right down through you into the heart of Gaia. Let it explode diamonds around the planet. The whole of the crystalline grid is getting purified. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. So there's plenty for everyone. There's no need to fight over resources. There's plenty for everyone. We can all help each other and we can dare to be vulnerable. Oh, that's so amazing. Well done. Pull it through you and into the sphere. And now the rainbow flame's coming down. So the rainbow is the ultimate unification flame. This connects us to our divine human self, our 12-stranded DNA. It builds the bridge between the old world of delusion and illusion and the reality that we're co-creating paradise on earth. So call it in. I am the rainbow flame. I am the rainbow flame. I am the rainbow flame. Just let it move all the way down, around the planet, through her heart. Just feel her heart in rapture and delight. Very orgasmic scene going on at the center of our planet right now. The whole of the crystalline grid is rainbow. And then feel your own body, the pillar that is your core, rainbow. The outline of your body, rainbow. And now with me, please say this. Activate, activate, activate my earth chakra. Purify, purify, purify my earth chakra. And bring me all of the resources I need. Thank you, thank you. Pull it all the way up through your head and through your heart into the sphere. See all those unloved parts of you receiving so much love. They're all in one big huddle. Just take a moment to witness you as your divine mother self, divine father self, gifting this love to all these parts of you by bringing down the golden flame and the platinum flame. I am the golden flame, I am the platinum flame. Send them down through your body, around the planet, from your heart into the sphere. So these are creating the skins around the rainbow. They're creating protective space for all parts of you. The sphere has a golden and then a platinum shield around it, skin. And this only allows these unloved, up till now unloved aspects of your being to receive love and nothing else. Okay, so we're going to anchor this and then we're going to claim all these bits of us back. They're all giggling around on the floor, having a great time. So anchor, lock and seal, recalibrate, align, balance and harmonize. Be graceful and gentle, integration and full expression. In my physical reality and all dimensions of my being. Thank you. And now from your heart, create a rainbow bridge into the sphere and let that sphere expand to be your whole reality. If you were to look into every one of the trillions of spheres around you, they'd see happy, happy faces, every part of you, different aspect of you, receiving the love that has been denied. All around you is you, different versions of you. Witness, enjoy. Every part of you receiving this love. Feel it in your body now. All these parts of you are loved. All these parts of you are receiving the love. I am commanding all 100 trillion cells of my being. Vibrate with the frequency of pure, unconditional self-love. Approval and acceptance. I am commanding an axiotonal alignment with this truth in all dimensions, all space and time. I am safe to trust. I am safe to soften my heart. I am safe to keep receiving more of myself. I am that I am. Send an anchor from your heart into the center of the earth. This is anchored into your physical reality now. Complete and utter self-love, acceptance and approval. Pull it up, out through your head. And when you're ready, please repeat after me. I command this process continues until completion. Anchor, anchor, anchor. Recalibrate, align. Balance and harmonize. For graceful and gentle. Integration and full expression. In my physical reality. In all dimensions of my being. In all space and all time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Gently breathe yourself back through the soles of your feet. Breathe yourself back to the point that you're here now. And welcome back. Once you're back, let me know that you're back. In the meantime, I'm going to give you a couple more tools. So I just want to remind you that is a taster of co-creating your reality. It becomes much more powerful in its effect in your life if you have done the deep subconscious reprogramming, the higher self activation, the divine blueprint activation that I teach through my coaching work, the Fearless, Empowered and Free to Be Me program, and also the one-to-one work I do through the Superconscious Co-Creating method. So if you want to do the clearing of your cloud storage, which is 95% of the work, then that needs to be done for the work that we do here on YouTube to be really effective. So I just want you to remember that. Okay, but in the meantime, what I'm here to share with you, I didn't actually record that on the phone, is lovely peace oil from doTERRA. This, when my heart's been getting anxious because it's overwhelmed because there's a lot going on, literally put a drop on, put it on your heart. Absolutely so calming. And Console is also another really great one when you're just feeling a bit out of your depth. Okay, so I'll put the link for the retail purchase of these, but if you actually want to find out about growing a doTERRA business or being a wholesale customer, then drop me a comment and I'll get in touch. There will be a register your interest on RozyGlow.com for that as well. Welcome back. Good to see you back. Let me know how that was for you, Jid. It'd be great to know. And I want to give you a mudra as well. So this mudra, I haven't got the book with me to show you what the name is, but you bring your fourth finger and thumb together, okay? And you can either have the two index and middle finger connected like so, little finger out, or have them out. This is a very grounding mudra. So the things that we want to materialize in our lives, they don't come from down, from up, they come from down. So this mudra is what really just connects you to bringing all of the resources, the time, the money, the love, the patience, or whatever you need. Breathe it up through your body and into your sphere. Okay, that's really powerful. And if you do want to find out more about the coaching work I'm doing, just register your interest through RozyGlow.com. Remember, you can join me live for yoga as well online. I'm doing it all virtually. Get a wonderful deal if you do that. You can have 2 for 1 every week live if you book monthly. And details will be again in the text box, but you can find it all on RozyGlow.com. Look for yoga. And what else? Well, I would just say that now's the perfect time to awaken your light body, and you do that through the Star Salutation Prosperity Practice, which again is on RozyGlow.com halfway down the page. So this will really teach you how to awaken your light body, which we've created a safe space for here, but it's all about just allowing more of your soul light into your body and then activating the parts of you that haven't been online till now and doing it safely. Ronald's back. Nice to see you, Ronald. Oh, you're really welcome. Yeah, it did go all around the crystalline grid and far up through our hearts. Great, absolutely great. Feel like my mental deck has been stacked again after the last shuffle. Nice one. So just a reminder, next week will be the full moon co-creation ahead of the full moon. It'll be next Friday. Then I will see you in 2 weeks' time after that for the new moon. So I'm going to pull back from the weekly energy updates now that things are shifting around. I'm going to be keeping them up though for all my members and my coaches and my coaching clients. So if you do want to dive deeper, now is the time. If you just want to dip your foot in, book a yoga class with me. Come and join me live and see what it's like. It is really different to yoga online. Okay, it's very on YouTube and pre-recorded stuff. This is cacao, oracle cards, and physical practices that awaken your light body and ground your physical body. I call it multidimensional yoga, and if I do say so myself, it's rather awesome. So give it a go. Put a link in the text box for you. What we got here? That was so powerful, reuniting, loving up all the parts of you so deep and reaffirming. Yeah, well, we all need to do this. So this is definitely one to do again. For now, my darlings, I'm going to leave you all. I wish you a wonderful weekend. And whatever you've got going on, like however many things there are to do, just invite grace and ease in. I did it this morning. Just invite it in to flow through everything. And imagine that it's possible that half the things you need to do could be done by others. And just invite the idea that that can happen and let go of the guilt of the fact that you didn't actually do it all yourself. You can't do everything yourself. None of us can. And trust me, this is a message for me as much as it is for you. So much love. Have a lovely, lovely day and a lovely weekend. Share the love. Take care. And do subscribe if you haven't. Thanks. Take care. Bye-bye.